Hi everybody, it's David from Doctors of Running, and today we have a very fun video. We have a shoe unboxing of one of the shoes that I have been the most excited for 2023. Thankfully, it's January, it's already here. It's a next generation racing shoe, similar to the other things we've seen on the market, but it steps the game up in its own way. This is the Saucony Endorphin Elite. I just got the box today. It's a large box. I haven't actually opened it yet. I know what's inside. I think there's more than just a shoe in there. There's definitely other things going on. The thing's packed to the brim. So I'm very excited to open this and take a look and get the impressions on for Doctors of Running. So let's go and take a look. All right, here we go. Let's see here. I got some of it started already. Let's get it up. They did it pretty good. Handy dandy key. If you hear any commentary in the background, that is my partner, soon-to-be wife, Amber. Here we go. All right, let's see. What do we got? This thing's got some weight. Okay. Keys are to the side. What do we got? That's some like green-looking club. That's a hammer. Wait, why is there a hammer? What? What is going on? Oh my god. Pushing yourself takes courage. Alright, you're here with me on this ride. 1. Set up phone to record. Oh, okay, yeah. Use hammer to pry open the top. Throw down the hammer. Your best is yet to run. Alright, let's do this. Hammer is coming out. That's pretty sweet, actually. Doctors are running. Take courage. Saucony hammer. Good on. Good. That's awesome, Saucony. Thank you. I will cherish this hammer. And with the powers that Saucony has provided me, let's pry this puppy open. Oh, it's like an actual box to pry open. What? This is like an actual crate. Wow. Okay. Let's take it out of the box. What is happening? Okay. So box says Saucony, unlock your next PR. Let's pry this puppy open. All right, let's see it. You guys as excited as I am? Let's do it. Okay. Unlock your next PR. Wooden crate. Saucony Endorphin Elite. Ridiculous rebound, propulsive carbon plate, weightless performance. Your best is yet to run. Turbocharged shoe that we've been waiting for. All right. Couple house things here. Ooh, this is crazy. Like an actual crate. I haven't seen that before. Okay. And apparently I can't open the shoebox. Here we go. Saucony. You guys ready for this? I know I am. Oh, heck yeah. Wait, what? And with shorts? Let's go. 3-inch pinnacle shorts. Thank you, Saucony. Right here for the viewers. Black on Saucony logo. And what's this? This is a singlet? Oh, hell yeah. And a Saucony singlet. This is actually really breathable. Snap. Might have to put a DOR on this thing. All right, we got a Saucony singlet right there, and oh baby, here we go. Pushing yourself takes courage. Meet Endorphin Elite. This is where breakthroughs happen. It's here. There it is. I'm excited. This is cool. This is really cool. Very light mesh upper right here. I mean, very streamlined. Wraps in right here on the medial side and lateral side into that lacing system. Thin mesh. I believe it's an entirely new midsole. Very thin, but it looks like a decently grippy rubber. Kind of reminds me of the Audios Pro a little bit, of kind of have that stringy grip there. This is so cool. Thank you, Saucony. This is great. Can't wait to get some miles on this. Hi everybody, it's David from Doctors of Running, and the day has come. I get to talk about one of the shoes that I've been most excited for 2023. That is the Saucony Endorphin Elite. You heard it, Elite, not Endorphin Pro 4, the Saucony Endorphin Elite. Now, some things that are unique from the Endorphin Pro 3 to the Endorphin Elite, we now have a new midsole compound that they are calling PowerRun HG. They do have a sock liner of PowerRun PB as well embedded in the shoe. We still have a carbon plate. We still have the speed roll, a little bit of a sharper toe spring up front. This is meant to be the top of the line racing option for Saucony. I believe this is going to be retailing around $275. Is that worth it? I think it might be. Just going down into the specs, it should be an 8mm drop starting at 39.5, so that would put it at 31.5 in the forefoot. Weight for men's size 9, 7.2 ounces. My men's 9.5 is 7.6 ounces, so that seems to be pretty consistent there. Women's size 8 should be right around 6.5 ounces. So a lot of cool things going on here with the Saucony Endorphin Elite. When we take a look at the shoe, one of the first things you're going to notice is they did everything they can to reduce the weight around the shoe. When we look at the upper, it's translucent mesh for the most part, but there's cutouts even in the upper itself. And this didn't seem to provide any irritation for me. It's actually integrated in with the lacing system. If you take a look, there's actually a little strap right here that kind of wraps around the midfoot, both medially and laterally. It also comes underneath on the plate there. You can visibly see it. So it wraps around and kind of gives you that nice little hug through that midfoot. Fit throughout is pretty normal. I actually think it's somewhat forgiving for a racing shoe. It does have some performance feel to it. It's a little bit snug through the midfoot and the heel, but it's still roomy enough to where I think it's going to agree with most people. It's not a real tight fitting heel and midfoot there. Forefoot, I would say, is normal to slightly wide. Everything there seems to check out pretty good. The mesh doesn't have much stretch to it, but it seems to work pretty well. The tongue, very thin. Everything here has been aimed at reducing weight. I had no problems with the lockdown. There is a kind of a pull tab slash like baby heel counter-esque type thing right here. That seemed to work pretty well. I did notice that when I was running, I had a little bit of pressure of my calcaneus coming backwards right in this region. But honestly, it wasn't too bad, and I forgot about it after a few miles anyways. But to the juicy stuff here, going into the ride, this shoe is the real deal. And this is a shoe that I most likely will be running my next marathon in. This is one of the shoes that I feel has matched the feeling of Alpha Fly 1 for me, and in all of the best ways. When we take a look at some of those other shoes, the Alpha Fly 1 was, I want to say 8.0, 8.1 ounces. Alpha Fly 2, 8.5 ounces. This is 7.6 in my size, so it's lighter. It does have an aggressive toe spring up front, very lively forefoot. Transitions are very quick, but they're forgiving at the same time, especially through the heel and midfoot. So you can really fall into rhythm and just go to work. Now, this is a very neutral racing shoe, but there is some stability elements. You kind of have a little bit of a bucket right here of the midsole, and it has a pretty high sidewall there, so it just cradles that heel. You have a good lockdown through the midfoot, and as you can see, we still have some sidewall action pretty much all the way through the shoe. And you feel very centered, you feel very grounded, and you just kind of fall into rhythm and go to work. For me today, I did do a long run in this shoe, a little over 20 miles. I think it was 20.5 miles. First 8 miles were right around 6:28 pace, I think. The next 10 were at 5:37 average. For me, marathon pace at this moment would probably be right around 5:25 pace. So we're just a little off that marathon pace for 10 miles. And then 2 miles cool down and change to get back to where we started. So for the performance of that effort, this shoe did very, very well. I was able to settle into rhythm, go to work. If I was going in downhills, uphills, it worked really well. The one thing I did notice is we had some fresh rains here in Santa Barbara. So some of the roads are a little bit slick. There's some mud kind of sitting around. I did slide a little bit. I slid twice. Now, granted, those were areas where there was a little bit more of like that shallow mud on the road, so I did kind of slip out on those, and I might have slipped out regardless, but I noticed that the traction on the wet conditions weren't as good, but then like once I hit the road, even if it was slick, the grittiness of the road and the thin outsole here, like it seemed to kind of had of a spongy nature where it would come down and grab the road. So I didn't seem to have too many issues there. I just wouldn't trust this shoe in mud, dirt, off-road, etc. This is definitely a road racing shoe in every aspect. We have that deep midline groove that comes through here. Again, like everything about this shoe feels very centered. Doesn't feel overly aggressive either, which is what I like. It feels like I can run fast, but I can also kind of relax and fall in rhythm as well. So it kind of gives you best of both worlds. I haven't taken this shoe to the track yet, so I can't speak on the performance of the track. This is kind of more my initial impressions of the shoe. But it has worked really well at those controlled up-tempo paces. I haven't taken this shoe fast yet, but I imagine it should do fine. When I was doing some strides earlier today, I was doing them at like 5.0 and it felt fine. So haven't taken it down to 5K pace yet or 10K pace, but I mean, for everything at half marathon and above, the shoe should do just fine. This is a very exciting shoe to come to the market, and we'll see as far as durability and things go. I mean, that was actually my maiden voyage. We did what we tell people not to do, but I was so excited to run in this shoe, I decided to just send it on the 20 miles. I've done enough runs in the Endorphin Pro 3, and the instep of this shoe is stable enough to where I felt comfortable making that jump. We got a little bit of wear on the foam itself, on the exposed midsole and the medial heel. Outsole here has a little bit of give, but honestly, we'll see. I think it should do fine. I don't think I'll have any problems there. We'll get you a review once I get closer to 50 and 100 and more miles, but for initial impressions, this is the real deal. This is a very fun shoe, very smooth through the heel and midfoot with a very quick moving forefoot, just kind of rolls you forward off that toe spring, and the bounce in the new midsole material is really good. And the Power Run HG, I believe I've been hearing numbers of upwards of 95% energy return. This is going to be a shoe, I think, that kind of changes the market a little bit for 2023. So I know Vaporfly 3 is coming down the line, Alphafly 3 is coming down the line, a lot of exciting shoes that are going to be starting to move through again as we hit this next wave of super shoes. But this is going to be a hard one to beat. And as of right now, it's early in the year, but this is my favorite so far. So that's my initial impressions on the Saucony Endorphin Elite.